A number of citizens of our community have asked me about my position on the annexation lawsuits, and I say lawsuits plural because there are some consolidated cases having to do with Clarksdale's annexation efforts, Lyons' annexation efforts, and then another citizen's efforts as an intervenor in these cases, as I understand it. My position has been, both prior to my election as your mayor, as well as the entire time this year and a month, or 2 months now almost, I have served as your mayor, is that we need to get our own house in better order before we start adding on any additions. But I inherited this annexation situation. It's been ongoing now for a couple of years. It was voted on by the prior administration. I have attempted to work at a global settlement with all parties concerned, and while I had some cooperation from the other players in the litigation, our city board in an executive session or a closed session in this past Monday night, in effect voted 3-2 to continue with the annexation as it is presently filed or in its present form. I wanted to amend the boundaries and eliminate some of the northern reaches of the annexation effort, but I did not prevail in my position. I was joined in my position by Commissioner Murphy, but the other 3 commissioners voted to, in effect, continue with the annexation effort. So that's where that stands, and frankly, I want to hurry up and just get it over with now that that decision has been reached. We have a trial setting, as I understand it, next March, and there are a number of deadlines that have been imposed for the completion of what the lawyers call discovery in the case. So it's moving ahead. Again, not my personal position, but that was the board decision. We had public hearings this past Monday night, commencing at 5:15. I interrupted our normal 4 o'clock startup time at 5:15 to invite the public to comment on the upcoming fiscal year budget. Our fiscal year runs starting October 1st of each year and ends September 30th of each year. And our annual budget on city alone matters is about $11 million a year. When you add in the school budget, it comes up around $16 million. But our dealings really have to do primarily with our city budget. I have been in extensive meetings with all of our 6 department heads, and I have met with our clerk, and we did a lot of that in the month of July, some of it in August. We formulated a budget that's very closely in both content and amount with last year's budget. There were some small variations in some assessed values and that sort of thing, but we also noticed we'll be paying off some long-term bond debt, which will free up a little extra money. So with that extra money, we're going to be able to employ or retain, hopefully after we get them, some new police officers. We'll be doing that soon. And we found some funds to advertise or post a position for a grant writer and some related activities. That has just been posted, and hopefully we'll get some good applicants for that position. I'm convinced from my 1 year in office and studying what I have read and both learned through interviews that there are a lot of grants available if we will just take the time, make the effort to apply for them. Because we live in a poor area, in a poor part of a poor state, a lot of doors are open for us to get help from outside, so to speak. We also qualify because we're now smoke-free. That opened a number of doors for us after we passed our ban on smoking ordinance recently. It, by the way, will go into effect September 11th. We qualify to apply for a number of grants related to health issues like parks and improvement to existing parks. We also have recently sent in an application to Keep Mississippi Beautiful, which is an affiliate of Keep America Beautiful. Clarksdale will be an affiliate city, one of about 20, I believe, in the state, and that will open a number of doors for us to make grant applications for beautification projects, walks, parks, and that sort of thing. So we're working on that affiliation. It should be complete soon. We have a training session scheduled, I think, in October coming up to get us properly certified as an affiliate of Keep Mississippi Beautiful. I'm excited about that. Another project I'm working hard on right now is a community garden. I know there are a number of other entities such as GRIO working on this same sort of thing, and the more the merrier is how I look at this. I want to establish a large community garden with a lot of diverse participation. I've identified a tract of land. It's out on sort of the southeast corner, if you will, of the Delta Wire old location, just north of the railroad track, west of Highway 322. And if you're familiar with the area, there's a gravel road turn-in that did have a cable across. We have removed that cable. We're getting a local farmer has volunteered his tractor to do some disking this fall. We'll probably go back in a couple of more months and re-disc it, and in the spring he will row it up for planting a large community garden. I'm working with our Public Works Department, and in turn he will be working with Clarksdale Public Utilities to get a water supply in terms of a sprinkler system in there so we can get everything just right. I'm going to work hopefully with Aggie High School. President Towner at the college, who also serves as superintendent of Coahoma Agricultural High School, has agreed with me that his high school will participate with me. So we're still looking for volunteers. So call my office if you're interested in helping us with a community garden. What's the benefit, you might ask? Well, the big benefit in my view is getting our community unified in a common goal effort. Again, I want to attract young, old, black, white, people from all socioeconomic backgrounds. We can have a lot of fun gardening together. And another benefit will be you can take some of the produce home to your family. Another benefit will be if we can do this next year, I want to set up a farmer's market on site. Build a platform or house it somehow and let, mostly in this case, the students who participate, our younger participants, develop some entrepreneurial skills by offering produce for sale at a farmer's market and learning accounting and some basics of marketing and pitching products and customer service and things of that nature through this garden. So I'm really excited about that, but I do need help in pulling this off. I'm doing everything from 811 calls to make sure there are no underground utilities, to soil sample testing through the Mississippi State Extension Service. We're going to get fertilizer. We're going to do this right. So if you're interested, call my office here at 621-8164. 621-8164, and let Miss Williams know of your interest. We'll put you on the list. And if we have too many people, we can route you around to some other community gardeners whom I know are getting geared up for the same type of project, but on a smaller scale here in Clarksdale. Another project I'm particularly excited about is the fact that the McLain Institute for Public Service and Community Engagement is going to be meeting with me this afternoon, Thursday, August 27th. This group is composed of some eager, bright youngsters as well as professionals, and it's headed up by Albert Nylander, a PhD who hails from Greenwood, 15 years of experience at Delta State, and now a 3-year veteran at Ole Miss. These folks are going to be very helpful to our community. We're going to look at entrepreneurship programs, ways we can involve community services with productive members of this society in our local community. So more later on this as this project comes to and through development. Thank you.